All right, what's up, guys? Thanks for watching. If you're watching after the live, I'm gonna wait a few minutes, see if anybody hops on before I start talking. But yeah, let's see who hops on. It's a little early, but there's got to be somebody up out there. One thing I'm gonna try to keep on doing is I'm gonna try to do a live like this before I lift. Um, nothing crazy. I'm gonna try to do like 20 minutes or something like that. Sometimes less, sometimes more, depending on the time. Alright, guys, so let's see. The first thing I wanted to talk about was perfect timing. Thanks for joining. The first thing I wanted to talk about is on the 2-day event, the Dungeon Supermatch Series and the Turtle Man Classic 2. Hey, how's it going, man? Is on the first day, the super matches. We're going to have the matches. We're going to have the matches. They're going to be at noon. The matches are going to be a great time. The card is very, very stacked, multiple legends. But after the super matches, Friday, there's going to be an after poll. I would like to have a giant after poll, so if you guys want a chance to pull with the some of the top guys in the arm wrestling world, Friday will be your first opportunity. And also, after the super matches, there will be a little tour of the dungeon. Now, if you guys don't know, the dungeon is one of the teams I train at in Connecticut. The dungeon is a 2-story barn, and the easiest way I could say it is with few words is the dungeon itself is like an arm wrestling museum. Now, once you see it, you'll know exactly what I mean. There's arm wrestling memorabilia from at least the 80s. I want to say 80s, 90s, 2000s, all the way up until now. Also, let's go over to the tournament side of things. We are going to do overalls again. So overalls will be, we'll have 2 overall champions, left and right. We're probably going to do it similar as we did last year, where we took the first place winners from all pro classes, and we had them face each other. Now last year we went, we had four classes. So what we did is we had um, the two lighter guys pulled each other, and the two heavier guys pulled each other. And the winner of the two winners of the first round, was the overall champion. Last year, the champion only, it's a besides the golden turtle, which is a big deal, solid gold turtle. You got some bragging rights, but this year you're gonna have a opportunity to pull at the next year's, or whatever the next event is at the super matches. Hey, what's up, Brooklyn? Hey, what's up, USA? Hey, Logan. Um, the winners of the overall will have a match at the next pay-per-view event. So it could be anybody. It could be big, could be small. The only thing I know for sure is the only people that have a opportunity to pull in the overall will be people that entered in a pro class, a men's pro class. Um, Women's classes and the masters classes, there is no guarantee if they get a spot, but they all, if there's anything that stands out, if there's an athlete that just, you know, dominates, or fans absolutely can't get enough of, they will be, viewed over, and definitely potential of a match. So just because, just because you're not in a pro class, there's still not a potential for you to get a spot at the next event. Hey, what's up, Davis? Brooklyn, what is that? What is that? A whole bunch of Saturns or something? Looks like planets. Hey, what's up, Yusuf? Um, yeah, I think I talked about at the beginning, but you guys probably weren't on at the time. I would like to have a giant after pull, both days. Fridays you'll be able to pull with the super match athletes, and Saturday we'll be able to, whoever's hanging out after the tournament. But I would definitely like to have a big after pull party both days. Also, too, we're gonna have a little fun game. So if um, if anybody pins me, um, if anybody pins my left arm during the after pulls, they will get a free ticket to the next pay per view event. Um, so that should be fun. That should be a fun game. People like free stuff, so it should be a big after party. Um, the tournament this year is going to be at Steel Beach Gym in Oakville, Connecticut. Weigh-ins start at 8 a.m. They go till 11. Tournament starts at noon. We'll take it from there. If anybody would like to watch the pay-per-view September 5th, it's in Connecticut. It's going to start at noon. If you guys aren't able to make it to watch the event, it's going to be a pay-per-view. The matches will be on this channel. It's going to be under the paid membership uh, portion of the channel. I'm not exactly sure what it will go for. I'm thinking somewhere between $10 and $15. Um, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. $10 and $15. It's a charity event, So the money will be going to the charity. If you guys don't know what the charity's for, Turtle Man, with this shirt right here. Turtle Man was a good friend of mine. Unfortunately, he passed away last year, or a little over a year and a half ago, or something like that, due to a drunk driver. So what we do, we put this tournament together in his honor, and we raise money for his daughter, and we give it to the mother, and she puts it right into a college fund. Last year, it's more, but I don't remember the exact number. Last year we raised 6,500. I know it was more, but I don't remember the exact number. So this year, our goal is to beat last year's number. So it's a very tall order, but I think it's doable. I think it's doable. Any questions for the Turtle Man 2 second annual tournament, or the first ever Dungeon Supermatch series, September 5th? Let me know if you guys got any questions. If you guys have any questions, where to get tickets for the in person, any questions about the tournament. So let's see. Now, the tournament, it's going to be, we added many classes compared to last year. Last year, we only had, if I'm not mistaken, we only had amateur, pro, and 4 weight classes, if I'm not mistaken. This year, we have, um, I want to say 2 extra classes, 2 extra weight classes, and 2 extra level divisions. So there will be a novice, an amateur class, a semi-pro class, and a pro class. Now we're going to be strict on the levels, or as strict as we can be. It's challenging, you know. I know everyone tries to be strict with the levels, especially like the novice and the amateur level. But this year, I'm expecting a lot of brand new people that have never even seen an arm wrestling table. So Turtleman 2 this year, the novice class will be a true novice class. So in order to enter a novice class, you must have no experience. So never been in a tournament, never been to practice. Because I'm expecting a lot of strong people from the gym to show up to the tournament, you know, because there's a lot of people in that gym. Strong people like to arm wrestle. So I'm expecting a lot of strong new guys. And most arm wrestlers, as we know, the most risky person to have a risk of injury is a very strong beginner. They're super strong. They're strong enough to break their own bones pretty much. So we're going to be strict, you know, so no experience, not even practice for novice. Amateur, see, this is where it gets a little more tricky. Novice is very, you know, very clear. No experience, that's novice. Amateur, you know, will be anybody that, you know, been to a few practices, or, you know, has done a tournament. Um, you know, something like 6 months to 2 years, something like, maybe something in that time frame. You know, that doesn't have to be set in stone, but that's just to help you guys, you know, kind of think it out. Um, Semi, um, I would say. 2 years, 4 years, anything more than 4 years. I think you might be too good at that point. You might be a professional. Maybe I'm wrong, um, but I'm gonna try to keep pros in the pros, novice in the novices, and I think the semi and amateur is gonna be a little tricky, but we're gonna try. I feel like I've been around enough, especially in this area, that I kind of I know everyone's level, or enough to tell if they should be in a pro class or semi-pro class. You know, let's see. Um, and then pro, anybody can step in pro. I would always recommend athletes to try a pro class, as long as uh, they're not afraid of injury. But the experience alone will be good. Because once you get to that pro level, it's a little different than the amateurs. Even I mean, I've actually never competed in an amateur or a semi-pro class. My first tournament was kind of like the first Turtle Man. There was only novice and pro, so my first tournament I did the novice class, and then my next tournament I did the pro class. So maybe I'm a little biased, for my own opinion, but I always try to tell people to. I think it's better to jump up um, sooner than it is to stay in a lower level class. That's my opinion. I think it's better to jump up sooner than it is to stay back later. Um, I feel like the lessons, even if you'll probably lose more, you definitely lose more, but I feel like the lessons that you get will make a big difference versus just you know always winning, or maybe just losing if there's a guy that's just too strong, maybe kind of doing the same thing, that staying back too long. But that's tricky. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? How if you guys had to pick a time frame for levels wise, what would a novice be in terms of years? What would a amateur, semi, and a pro be? I think not my like I said before, novice I think should be no experience. Amateur, um, you know, 0 to like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, something like that. Semi should be you know could be anywhere from maybe up to 3, maybe up to 4, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Guys, I'm probably gonna stay on for like another 5 minutes, something like that. So if you guys got any more questions about anything I said before, the tournament, the super matches, the opportunity for the winners of the overall will have a spot on the card, the next event, which will be a pay-per-view event. Like I said, the tournament is going to be at Steel Beach Gym, Oakville, Connecticut. It's going to be on the bottom story. The gym itself is a 3-story gym. We're going to be at the bottom story. There's 2 ways to get into the tournament. Now, I'm not sure about the Friday night weigh-in. You may have to use the 2nd story entrance. But on the day of the event, the bottom doors will be open. There's slider doors. Whoop, was a fly or something. Um, the bottom doors will be open, so when you guys pull up, you could walk right to those sliding doors. Those will be open. They will either be wide open or you just gotta slide them. Don't push them, just slide them open. There will be a table, sign up tables right there, entry tables. You just gotta sign the waiver. Um, I got him. I got that fly. Um, just got to sign the waiver. They're gonna have to sign two waivers. One is ours. One is the for Steel Beach, just a liability waiver. There is going to be multiple sheets. So there's going to be multiple sheets this year. Last year it was one, but this year we're going to have multiple sign-up sheets. So why is that important? Just So if somebody wants to compete in a pro or a masters, um, they will need to grab two separate sheets. We're just trying to, organize things a little differently, make it easier for Bill, who does the brackets. Um, Maybe not easier, just smoother, which should help out, a lot of things. So if you want to do masters and pro, for example, you're gonna have to remember to grab both sheets. Um, yeah, let's see what else. What else? Um, next thing that comes on my mind is last year we did raffle items. We're still gonna do that. We still got the donations, the items from people have donated, but this year we're gonna try something a little different. We're gonna we're gonna do a silent auction. There's a couple pieces that are uh, worth a little more than what we got last year in terms of the donation items. So we're gonna do a silent auction. Actually, so this was donated by Marisol up in Massachusetts. There's four of them. I'm just gonna show you one. If you guys like Ninja Turtles, this is one of the raffle items. Just something fun. There's four of them. Here's if I don't know if anybody collects Ninja Turtles, but there's going to be some Ninja Turtle toys at the tournament. Also, there's going to be stuff like I know there's like video game stuff. What else is I can't remember anything else. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Video game stuff. There's a heated massager, like a back massager thing. There is I can't remember if it's a humidifier or a air purifier or something like that. But it's nice, some nice stuff over there. So let's see. I think that might be it. I can't think of anything else that pops in my head for the donation items or anything I wanted to talk about for today. But it's got to be something. I don't know if anyone's around Saturday, but Saturday is practice at the dungeon. It's going to be at 10 a.m. If you guys want to arm wrestle, it's going to be a good time. Also, too, there will be practice Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. Oh, you know what? No, I guess we could talk about this. I guess I'm not tricky, but I've been trying to do a mostly for fun, and I think it might fire up some of the guys on our Tuesday team. I'm trying to do like a team ranking where it just, it ranks the people on the team. Do you guys think that is something that could motivate the team, or do you think that's something that could potentially discourage some people from the team? Um, the only downside right now is I don't think we have a big enough team to, go crazy with, weight classes. Otherwise, pretty much everyone will be top three. So we might have to do one big class or just open, or an over 200, under 200. But even that might be too tricky because most of the guys on the team are definitely under 200. At least the Tuesday team. Actually, I guess even in Connecticut, all the it used to be just me and Tim Bresnan, and then Tim moved away, and then it was just I'm the only super heavyweight left in the state. It's very lonely. I have to go to buffets by myself because everyone else has to drop weight for their respective weight class. But that's the price you pay. That's the price you pay for living the super heavyweight life. Solo buffets. um, so who do you guys think? What weight class in the overall division? What weight class do you think is gonna win the left and right arm spot for the next year event? I know last year the super heavyweight uh, winner of the pro won the overall both hands, but this year may be different, because I know the winner of last year is not competing this year. Because I know he's got a match the day before, September 5th. But we'll see. We'll see. One thing I was thinking of doing with the overall is maybe even carrying, like, say if someone goes undefeated, if you go undefeated in the pro class, I was thinking about carrying over those pins into the overall, kind of like um, a reward for doing good, for going undefeated in the class. We'll see. We'll see if that gets enforced. Another thing I was thinking too is giving the winners, so like kind of doing, kind of doing like a an A and a B bracket, but instead of being A faces A would face B. So say if someone barely makes it into the if someone barely makes it into the overall, uh, that athlete will face the uh, the top guy. So like say for example, we've got 8 guys. The guy with the best record will face number 8. 2 will go number 7. 3 will go number 6, and then something like that. I'm not set on I'm not super set, but this is some ideas that I'm kind of leaning towards. Mostly because I would like to reward guys, or give some kind of reward or advantage if someone goes undefeated in the tournament, something like that. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get ready to time.